everyone, my name's Andy. I'm a Unreal tech artist. I've been working in Maya and Unreal for about a decade now, and I am now in a position where I'm looking for work. So my thinking was, with making a YouTube channel, was that I could provide some insight into what it's like to be a 3D artist right now looking for work. It's been a rough couple years, to say the least, with the industry, and it's pretty rough looking for work right now. So I think that, if anything, providing some lens of what somebody goes through like during these times, and the kind of things that I'm going to be trying to make it work, I think that might be valuable to somebody. So I think that there's already a ton of stuff that you go through when you're an artist applying for a job. There's this, I'm sure everybody knows all about imposter syndrome, that feeling that you're not good enough, basically. And that's really intense right now, because there are very, very talented people looking for work right now. And it can feel like you're not good enough when you're measuring yourself up to everybody else who's applying for those same jobs. So, but that being said, you're not going to get anything if you don't apply for it. There's countless YouTube and LinkedIn advisors and tips on getting jobs and increasing your visibility. I guess this is increasing my visibility, but it's also just something I haven't really seen that much of, is somebody who is trying to make it work in this, and what it's like for them on a day-to-day basis. So, but again, when you're not sure what to do, I think that you just got to do something. You got to be working on something. And so this YouTube channel is going to show you everything I'm working on. Even while I've been working for whatever jobs I have going on at the time, I usually have something on the side that is more of like whatever I want to personally be doing. So I'm excited to show some of that work, because a lot of that stuff is really fun to work on, and I guess my hope is that I can either find a job that gives me something along those lines, or that I find some way to exist and still create that stuff. So one of the things that I see a lot of on YouTube, and I'm grateful for this content, is somebody teaching you how to do something that knows exactly what they're doing. They are sharing their knowledge with you. They're sharing a technique. And one of the things I have found with this kind of content is that it is usually very specific to a version of a software and a very specific implementation of something. So a lot of the time you're able to kind of extract what you need from those sort of situations and apply them to your own projects. But I think that I would like to see more content where you are with somebody on that journey of figuring out how something works. There's learning how to learn is a very valuable skill, and I think that learning how to do stuff in this constantly evolving landscape of technology, I think that it's a good idea to frame all that knowledge somehow. So it's not like I'm an expert. I just learn how to do stuff on a regular basis, and whenever I come across something I don't know how to do that I need to, I just figure it out. And we have all sorts of tools that we can use these days to make that happen. I so far have never come across something I've just hit a wall with that I couldn't do. So in that sense, it's really inspiring, but it's also a bit intimidating to constantly be presented with things you don't know and be the person to come up with those solutions, or at least find those solutions that other people have already figured out for you. So, yeah, I think that this is something where you usually don't see content where people are just lost and trying to figure it out as they go. And some of the pitfalls that you commonly fall into as somebody who's learning it fresh. You know, that's one of those things that, due to the nature of when you are an expert and you do know how to do something forwards and backwards, it's kind of easy to brush past that stuff that might be easy mistake for a novice to make. That's just within those softwares, right? Like there's also, I don't know much about Unity, but there's tons of work for Unity out there right now that I can't really latch onto because I don't have anything going on in Unity. I haven't really made anything in Unity. So that's probably going to be something I try to learn. Houdini's another software that I've always wanted to get into, but I haven't quite ever found the time for it. So maybe this is the time for it. Maybe this is the time to learn these things that that I know I personally find valuable because I'm literally using it to try to like find a job and just exist in today's environment. But maybe it'll be valuable for somebody else too. So I have always proceeded so cautiously in my life. I've always had one foot firmly planted in front of the other before I pick up that other foot. I always have something lined up. I always have a smooth transition. I always have security. And this is the first time in my adult life that I don't have that. And so I empathize with everybody else going through the same thing, with all the layoffs. And so on one hand, I think that there's a ton of opportunity for us to make our own content, our own games, our own projects. And if we can find a way that we can do that and also be able to support our families, that's my goal right there. And if I can spread that message and spread that mentality and figure out something that works for me, if I'm documenting this whole thing along the way, maybe you guys will be able to do it too. So I'll just see you on the next one. I'll see you on my first journey here.